Stuart, I have a question. This is Derek.
Yes, there.
Um, um, uh, right now, I'm I'm realizing how patient you've been with me, and I'm kind of struck by how little have understood what real humility is, and I've heard you talk about it before, but I was would like to ask. What you think I need to learn about humility?
I think you're learning. Derek, honestly, I'm also learning about humility, about compassion, about love. Every day of my life, I grow and learn a little bit more. And there's no limit to how much you can learn about these things. And, you say, I have patience with you. Yes, it's true, I do. You have to have patience with you and understand the amount of time it takes to truly just simply learn how to be a human being. Forget about a spiritual life, but to function here with humility, with kindness, with love, with, being able to transform this ego need into something that really emanates from the heart, that's full of compassion for other human beings. It takes time. And one of the great things I've learned about this meditation is that there's so much to learn, so much. And the learning process never stops. And if you don't have patience with yourself, and if you don't take it incrementally, a step at a time, you understand, you'll lose the whole thing. So instead of worrying about what is at the end, be grateful for what is, what you have in your life, how you've changed. And Derek, you've changed. I can tell you that. I mean, go, look, 20 years ago, you're impossible. You really were. And now look at you. I mean, you're like a kid, bright eyes and more clarity. There's kindness in you. You want to know about humility. Now, if it takes 20 years to do that, it's nothing. Could take 50 lifetimes just to learn what you've learned in the last 20 years. So have patience with yourself and don't worry about what's missing. Be grateful for what is. And then what is missing will come. There's room for it to begin to live inside you. And frankly, we all have something missing. I mean, if you don't have something missing, you're not alive, you know? So it's just acceptance and having patience, doing the work on yourself, watching yourself grow incrementally. Be grateful for what life exists for you in the present. Don't identify with all the negative bullshit in the world and feel gratitude. And, you'll learn humility, it'll just come. It has to come. And frankly, to be humble, you have to be very strong. People usually equate humility with weakness. It's not. It's one of the strongest things you can possibly, it requires the greatest depth of strength of just about anything in this life to be humble, to have humility, to have gratitude. So the development of a chakra system enables one to learn this. Because without the development of a chakra system, forget it, There's not the inner strength and balance inside to allow humility to really exist. Sign of great weakness to me is that anybody who has to know more than anybody else, and anybody who has to be right all the time, and the whole world has to follow those dictates. You understand? They are probably the most insecure people you'll ever want to meet. Most politicians are deeply insecure people, having to promote their rightness and what they think is real as opposed to everybody else bullshit, It stems out of insecurity, having to justify one's own life. A humble person doesn't have to justify one's own life. They live it, just live it, and they let the world be. They don't have to determine the way everyone else should live. I hope that's clear. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome, Derek. Just keep working. You're doing great. I really mean it. It's a joy for me to see you because I know what I had Derek what I had on my hands 20 years ago. And I see it today, and it's like, a child has been reborn. It's wonderful. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope it's not only clear for Derek, but for all of us. I think we all need to hear this stuff. Does anyone else have a question?
I have a question, Stuart. This is Jan.
Yes, Sean.
Could you talk about judgment when I find myself judging others, how best to work with that?
I mean, just listen to your breathing and thank God you're alive, and thank God that if you're judging others, there are others out there judging you. And I mean that. What's the point? I mean, does that give you a sense of self-importance, knowing better than somebody else? Real sense of self-importance is being able to find the seed of God in another human being, nurture it and help them to grow, not knowing more than them, better than them. I don't know better than any of you, anyone sitting here. Every one of you is here to teach me what I have to do to grow. And I think that is really a way that you stop judging people. What am I learning from them? What is this person who I know better than them really teaching me? And the first thing they'll teach you is listen to them. Maybe you can learn something instead of judging them. Maybe that person is there to teach you something really important about your own life. Probably the biggest thing right off is stop judging. They're there to teach you to stop judging. Because as soon as you start judging, you're in your head. It's ego that knows better than other people, your intelligence versus their intelligence. And all it creates is a lot of tension. That's all it creates. So I suggest somebody that you find yourself judging, just stop and just listen to them. What are they teaching me? Well, first of all, they're teaching me that I have to stop judging. Because if you're in your head judging somebody, how the hell can approach them with any kind of compassion? You place yourself in a higher position. I mean, Rudy told me, what is a teacher? I remember I've said it 100 times. I even put it in my book 2 or 3 times, listening to Muktananda go on and on about the guru is God. And if you worship the guru, you understand, you will get your spiritual enlightenment. Rudy's sitting right behind me in the big Indian meditation hall. And he whispers in my ear, the best the guru can be is a servant of God and the servant of the people who study with him or her. That was one of the most profound teachings I ever got from Rudy when he said that to me. Shook me to the core of my being, and it made me understand something really profound about what I had to do with my life. To serve. And if you come to that place in yourself where you are serving, you will never judge another human being. Because judgment is from the head and service is from the heart. So I don't know if that's clear to you. I hope so, you know. It's certainly taught me an awful lot. Just,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome, Jan. Just learning to serve people, God, life, listening to life, letting it teach me what I need to learn to grow. No, I don't do it 100% of the time. Sometimes, yeah, I get a little pissed off. You know, I mean, I'm just a human being also, but it goes away very quickly. It used to last for weeks, and now it, you know, maybe minutes, maybe seconds sometimes. Does anyone else have a question? I remember once I was sitting with Rudy in his apartment, and there was a guy and a photographer, actually a very famous photographer whose name I don't remember, you know, was renting a space in one of Rudy's buildings. And this guy was impossible. I was working for him. I was renovating the space for him, and he was paying me to do it. And he was impossible, this guy. I mean, he was so, you know, tense and this and that and the other. And I was sitting there in Rudy's house complaining about, and Rudy got so pissed off at me. And he said, Stuart, this guy is giving you money to live. I said, who are you to judge him? Who are you to know better than him? Why don't you learn something from him? And instead of getting upset with Rudy, I really learned something from that. It really went so deep in me that I have to keep my mouth shut and not sit in judgment of other people. Sitting in judgment of other people is a very easy thing to do. Keeping your mouth shut, learning from them, you know, letting them be a teacher, this is a very difficult thing to do. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, I hope everybody had a great weekend, Labor Day weekend. And it looks like, you know, summer's gonna be over soon, huh? Well, fall's a pretty cool month, good season. So God bless you all. Thank you. And you know, there'll be class tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. As many of you do attend that class, and if not, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you.